Today we're gonna be cooking jackfruit, but not the ripe one. So I already processed it, but Ben got this whole jackfruit fruit, like the big thing. If you look it up on Google, you'll see like it's a huge fruit thing. It's a cousin of the durian, which smells really bad, but this doesn't smell at all, and it's one of my favorites. This is one of my favorite dish. I cook this with coconut milk. So I already processed it and cut it into chunks. All you do is like get the peel out, which is normally goes this way, and then in the middle of the fruit has like a big stalk thing. You take that out also, and then you're left with just these. And then so the first thing you do, I already boiled some water. The first thing you do is basically blanch it, because it could be bitter if you don't blanch it. So put it in a blanching means like you put it in a boiling hot water, put it in, cover it up, and let it boil again. The minute it boils again, you just drain it. So while it's blanching right now, I'm gonna tell you about jackfruit. Jackfruit is really good. A lot of people, it's like this dish, I can cook it with any meat. Normally people put shrimp or dried fish on it, salted dried fish on it, or I've seen some with pork, but tonight I'm gonna do just vegan. I'm actually not vegan. I just like to eat a lot of vegetables, and I know how to cook vegan. Since I grew up really poor in the Philippines, we had abundance of vegetables around us, so it's just easy to just cook vegetables. But this is an unripe jackfruit. I want to reiterate that. Some people I've seen use like almost to the ripe end, they use it for pulled pork, but I don't like cooking jackfruit when it's already ripe, because I love eating it when it's ripe. It's very, very yummy. It's one of my favorite fruit. But when it's not ripe, since this one, like we just got really a big chance of it, since it's really hard to find an unripe jackfruit. I found out in here, because normally a lot of people, like a lot of groceries would just sell one big jackfruit. You can't look inside. Normally in the Philippines, when it's fresh, I can tell when it's ripe because it's yellow. The color is yellow, greenish yellow outside, and it smells very sweet. But in here, since we import them in, most of the time, like what happened to this one, it was frozen. So when Ben bought it, it was still cold, and he was like, it looks like it's been frozen. And then when he came home, I didn't smell anything sweet. The rind or the peel was already like just dark, so it's like it's really hard to tell. So I told him, like, I'm just wanna cut it, wanna see if it's unripe, I can cook it as a vegetable, and if it's not ripe, then I'm just gonna eat it right away. And I was so excited that it wasn't ripe, so I can show you guys this, because if normally I buy them in the cans already blanched and everything, so I don't blanch it. But so this one is the real fruit, so I have to blanch it. Hi, so I already drained it after I blanched it and drained it. I forgot to say that I am including the seeds on it also. So I just basically just cut a chunk. So now that I drained it, I put water back on the pot, and we will be putting this back into the pot to cook it to tender this time. So it's just gonna be water with jackfruit right now. And my mom likes to add a little bit of the coconut milk to to use it to tenderize it and seasoned it already. Maybe I think this would be about half a can of coconut milk. And then since this is vegan, I like to make sure that the herbs and spices I put in will actually really, like, the flavor will come through for it. So these are lemongrass stalks I'm using. Put it all in. Oh, it smells really nice and yummy. And then chop white onions on it. I'm using one bulb, and I'm using about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 garlic cloves for it to really flavor the jackfruit. And then just put salt with it, cover it up, and let jackfruit tenderize. So it's boiling now. It still need to boil a lot to make the jackfruit tender, but I'm gonna add my frozen ginger. This came from my garden, but I chopped it and froze it so it will keep for a bit. So that's it. And then let it keep boiling until the jackfruit is tender, and then we'll cook it some more. Hi, so we're back. I got this from there, and when the jackfruit is this, see, you can put your fork through it, and this is actually the fruit. So like inside is the seed, so it means it's really it's tender now. Since that is tender now, I am putting the coconut milk. Just buy the coconut milk and let it boil a little bit more again to make it more tender and develop that coconut milk flavor into the jackfruit. Now we're back. So this is the jackfruit is really tender right now, and the flavors have developed because I have tasted it. And then I only planted one type of bell pepper in my garden, and it turned out purple. So this is actually purple bell pepper I'm putting on right now. It looks like red onions. It's so weird, but it's bell pepper. So I put the bell pepper last. I let it be for 2 minutes to get that bell pepper flavor into the soup or stew, and it's all done. And it's all done, and you eat this and put this on top of rice in a bowl. And then since I cooked this with the seed in it, there's 2 skins to the seed, so you just gotta have to pick through it. Enjoy. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.